Pitch of Hope, First Half. Book number 1 of the series, Echoes of the Pitch. Written and narrated by Jaka Delčnjak. Chapter 1. The Captain. The phenomenon that seems to alter everything but itself is time. It always remains the same, always flows with the same pace, even though it may not always seem to. In the course of its flow, it leaves behind things, people, it destroys everything old and creates new. Even though the chronological timeline witnesses something novel or renewed, the same cycle is always being repeated. When a child first cries, it is quickly acquainted with toys of all kinds, rattles, teddy bears, dolls, and toy cars. These objects aid children in establishing the feelings of joy, interest, and passion. However, throughout the process of growing up, one must relinquish these wonderful items with a heavy heart and find new ones. A human quickly outgrows toy cars and dolls, and it may happen that within the turn of a day, something that once meant a great deal to us doesn't seem appropriate anymore, because we're supposed to be too old for this and that. In any case, there exists a toy appropriate for both sexes, all generations and age groups, for the poor and the wealthy, the old and the young. One such toy is an object with its own will, one which rarely stays put and also perfectly fits the grasp of our hands. The ball. It is interesting that it is one of the simplicities that time does not affect. For the individual or for the masses, no one is ever said to be too old or too young for a ball. The clock's power is feeble to the perspective of how one looks at a ball. However, one fact is certain. Everyone loves to play, so why not play with a ball? We can throw it, pass it, bounce it, catch it, but most of all, kick it. And when it comes to kicking, a whole new range of ideas flourishes. A couple of centuries ago, a sport took roots in which one is supposed to lead the ball only with one's feet. Once this type of game became more and more popular, a whole new kind of sport was established. Later on, plain connoisseurs and smaller influential figures wrote a book of rules, and on that day, football was officially born. Today,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?